Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Deja Vu and I'm bringing you the winners match now from Group D of the Avalon 2009 MSL. This is going to be Zero versus Calm. Zero being here because he took down Sky High's failed 5 or 6 racks and was able to fend it off as well as go for a counter rush and took down Sky High. And then Calm just absolutely destroying C. C just looking really out of shape there, going with 2 base quick high tech and just able to swarm his way right through C, and C really didn't even put up much of a fight there, I have to say. And now we're going to see these two players on a ZVZ on Carthage. It looks like here in the top left we're going to have Calm in red, and at the bottom right we're going to have Zero in purple. Gotta say, I'm expecting Calm to win this one. Calm is a really good player. He is the ace for STX Soul, as I said previously, and he has just been playing fantastically. He's very good versus Zerg, 54% or so, and he's won his last several, including a game against Zero just about a week ago or so, and he took down Zero on Outsider. So he definitely has that advantage going for him as well, having won the last game in this fight between these two players. Zero's best matchup is actually versus Zerg, going 51% or so, but he has lost a few recently. He's lost a Great Calm and Luxury in his last 3 ZVZs, so he's not looking really top notch in terms of his ZVZ play, at least record wise, recently coming in on a 3-match losing streak. But we'll see what these players are able to do on this map. Carthage 3 is a very interesting map because it does give you 3 different pathways, 3 different ways to get through the middle of the map to your opponent, and the shortest way right in the middle is blocked by temples. And it looks like, I believe that was a 9 pool for Calm here, but those temples really will not come into play in this game just because, well, it's a ZVZ and neither player's gonna produce lurkers. So yeah, looks like it's gonna be a 9 pool with gas for Calm, and then for Zero I believe he was going for an overpool. It looked like he was building an Overlord first, and since 12 hatcheries have pretty much gone the way of the Dodo Bird in terms of ZVZ, I'm gonna assume that it's for a overpool or maybe a 12 pool. One or the other. And yeah, it looks like it was for a 12 pool for Zero, and I think that's an advantage for Zero. 12 pool is definitely a little better than a 9 pool. It lets you get your Zerglings up, and especially since this is a pretty big map to move your Zerglings across, it will give him an economic advantage and to get those 3 extra drones out before Calm. However, it does mean that Calm will be able to get his layer up quicker. That is the sacrifice you make, and usually I haven't seen it become too much of a factor, just because, well, players have gotten very good at timing it out so that way their Mutalisk pop in time to defend against any sort of counter Mutalisk. And it looks like Zero is actually going to go for an expansion, being really risky, looking like going a little J-Dong-esque here, going for that really early expansion. Anytime a player goes for an early expansion, I think J-Dong, because that's what J-Dong always seems to do, and tries to be really sneaky there and just try and get any advantage he can, any way he can, and trust in his micro to defend. And looks like Calm is hiding some Zerglings maybe on that right side of the map, not really moving across, just hiding them over there maybe to disguise just how many Zerglings he's really producing. Layer going up now for Calm, and Zero's producing his first batch of Zerglings, but Calm is not seeing this hatchery going up for Zero, and he really needs to counter it and try and stop Zero from getting the full economic advantage out of it. And yeah, now he is moving down the middle of the map, gonna go down the left side, take the left branch and go down and try and stop this expansion, try and punish Zero for going for it, and he really should punish him. This is what you should always do in a ZVZ if someone goes for an early expansion, just absolutely lay the hammer down, and it looks like that's what Calm's going to do, pulling a lot of Zerglings, and Zero even pulling a couple drones here, it looks like, to counter this. And now here comes Calm. It looks like this is going to be a close fight. All the Zerglings are fighting, but it looks like Calm's going to have a big, oh wow, Calm's got a big advantage. He's still got 6 Zerglings left or so, and Zero is in bad trouble. Oh wow, actually he did some great micro there, finding the Zerglings that were actually damaged and taking down a couple of them, even though he only had like a 2-on-5 or a 2-on-6 fight. He was able to kill 2 Zerglings. So there's only 3 Zerglings, 2 more reinforcing Zerglings. Here comes another batch of reinforcing Zerglings for Zero, and Calm's really gonna have to use all of the eggs that in his arsenal, along with these drones, just producing constant Zerglings. And Calm doing great micro here, surrounding one Zergling after another and just taking them down individually. Zero's micro not looking quite up to snuff. Looks like he's just getting taken down as his Zerglings get split and broken and surrounded and slain one after another, and now this hatchery is going to go down for sure. There's no way he's going to be able to save this, and I think Zero has just lost this game. I can't see how he's going to come back into this if this hatchery goes down. He comes in with some more Zerglings trying to save his base, and actually he might come out. No, he's not going to come out again. 5 Zerglings left over for Calm again, and still reinforcing with as many Zerglings as he possibly can. He's just doing so much damage here, and Zero is just not able to defend at all, and that was just about the last hurrah he had to save is that hatchery. And as soon as that hatchery goes down, he is just down so far, and he doesn't have a Mutalisk and a layer spire up. He has his layer, doesn't have a spire. Now he's just forced to use his drones trying to drill against these, do a pseudo drill against these Zerglings. But now he's just losing drones, and that's pretty much GG. He's not GGing yet, but he really could, and Calm's really going to take this down. There's the creep colony going to go up for attempting to get a second colony, but it's not really going to matter because, well, there's a lot of freaking Zerglings in there for Calm, and all the Zerglings go down. Yeah, there's GG from Zero. Calm out-microing Zero and punishing him for that early expansion. Calm is going to move on to the round of 16, and we're going to see Zero and Sky High in the losers match in a few days. I think it's next week or something along those lines. I'll try and follow this group as well. I'm following Group B, the group of dragons, and Group D, this is going to be a TVZ group, and try and follow both of these groups, and maybe I'll pick out another group. We'll see how many I decide to do. I might pick out a third or fourth group to follow through, and I will see how that goes. Anyways, great game by Calm. Gonna move on to the round of 16, and I will see you sometime in the future. This is Deja Vu signing off.